Hello, beautiful Virgos. Welcome to your reading for when the sun is in Cancer. This is just for you. This is going to be a 13 card spread. The center card represents your heart. So we'll base this reading on how to live from that space. And then the cards surrounding it represent the 12 houses of the Western Zodiac. And so I'm presenting all of them so that you can get some insight on how to balance out and evolve and be at your best in all aspects of your life, not just where your Virgo is in your chart. So let's begin. I have a little question I have for each card, and I read from the book, and then towards the end, about 25 minutes in, we will do an intuitive reading as well. So this first card that you have is looking at the question, how can I silence my ego so my soul can shine? And we have, your intuition constantly senses the voice of spirit and conveys this through emotion and feeling. Spirit's great love and wisdom continuously flows through you like a stream of soft diamond light. Stop for a moment and feel this beautiful flow of energy. Allow it to permeate every part of you. You and Spirit are one, entwined by invisible threads of love. And we're going to take a look at the first house. How can I begin things with self-awareness for my protection of my physical body, as well as be conscious of my mask and projections of myself onto others? And you got goat. The fairy that dances in rugged mountains. Keywords are careful, reliable, thoughtful, adaptable. The goat is the fairy among mountains. He is good at climbing, not afraid of danger. He is also a doer. He knows he will get one step closer to the goal as long as he moves every step down to earth, no matter how dangerous it may seem. When the goat reaches the top and holds all mountains in a single glance, it is his scenery. You did get this in the yin position. Trust your inner guidance, which is better than 1,000 thoughts. So that was for the first house representing Aries. The second house is next, associated with Taurus. How do my values generate resourcefulness, self-esteem, and wealth? And from the Celtic Shaman's Oracle, you have the firmament. A dark sky is studded with stars. Subtle patterns may be observed within them, but these are not the shapes of any known constellations. Beneath is a horizon below which the sun has recently set, and on which we may discern the stones of the sacred circle. The key word for this card is spirit. The first circle or upper world, also called the firmament, or sometimes Megmal, is primarily the dwelling place of the spirits of knowledge. It is visited in search of a primary teacher, an inner being who draws upon the wisdom of the shapers and transmits it directly to the seeker. The branches of the tree of vision and tradition grow upward into this realm, which is generally reached by ascending the tree like a ladder. The third house is Gemini. Your card's going to come from the Tantric Dakini Oracle. How does my mindset influence my interactions and define my comfort zone? And you got solar return. Solar return bears the number 24, signifying the cycles of time resolved and returned to a cosmic point of reference, the integration of opposites and balance, the number of stability, and the microcosmic, macrocosmic relationship. According to the classification by elements, this is an air card, normally related to the suit of swords in the minor arcana of the traditional tarot. The image consists of a solar eclipse forming a black sun with a corona of light seemingly contracting and receding into the center. This symbolizes the archetypal force of heaven influencing through the stars, planets, and lunar cycles, forming subtle tides of destiny. The eternal recurrence as light recedes into darkness through the completion of one time after another. The card evokes the concept of a black sun or black hole from which a new reality emerges. This is the abstract image of great time. Another aspect of Mahakali, the devouring and creative principle of all experience. The fourth house associated with Cancer, your card is from the Prophet deck. How can I implement self-care to nurture my feminine energy and emotions, as well as bring awareness to my subconscious programmed by my ancestry? The land and the sea shall be bountiful. And if there come the singers and the dancers and the flute players, buy of their gifts also, for they too are gatherers of fruit and frankincense, and that which they bring through fashioned of dreams is raiment and and food for your soul. And before you leave the marketplace, see that no one has gone his way with empty hands. For the master spirit of the earth shall not sleep peacefully upon the wind till the needs of the least of you are satisfied. The fifth house, the house of Leo. How can I enact play, self-expression, desires of my inner child, creativity, joy, risk-taking, and pleasure in my daily life? From the Egyptian deck that I use, we have the Anubis card, the opener of the way. This is considered the preliminary card of this deck. It's the key card. Anubis holds the keys to the Egyptian mysteries within himself. He is an accomplished shamanic high priest and metaphysician. As opener of the way, he is a powerful spirit guide who helps transport individuals from one incarnation to another, and one realm or dimension to another. During their shamanic journey or transformational process, he literally parts the veils between the worlds so that we not only glimpse the mysteries, we can also participate in them by becoming co-creators and manifesting our own dreams and realities. Anubis is a great gift to us, for within him resides the spiritual gifts of all the Neteru, all the principles from the spiritual world. He guards us and guards us equally through the day and night, the light and dark, outer and inner, and the spiritual, material realms. His purpose in bringing us this oracle is to deliver to humanity a key that will open the heart or mind and reveal the inner workings of the soul. This key card is the significator card that designates Anubis as the grounding principle and spirit guide who is with you throughout this oracle. He represents the shamanic consciousness that lives deeply within each of our souls. Begin each reading by placing this key card above the rest of the layout so you can reflect on Anubis or invoke his guidance and support as you open the door to inner Egypt. Your next card for your house, the 6th house, is from the Enchanted Spell Oracle, and you have Shine. I love this spread, by the way. It's quite mysterious. Confidence, majesty, limelight. How can I give to myself and others for significant improvement? So holly is featured on this card. The evergreen holly tree has strong associations with the festival of Yule, with its shiny dark green leaves and gleaming red berries. Sprigs of holly brought color and joy to the home during the Northern Hemisphere's dark winter days. The berries of the holly bush are considered poisonous, and yet they were used in medieval times as a robust cure for excess fluid and colic. The spiked and slippery holly leaf lends itself nicely to protection, magic, and spells that guard against gossip. The priestess of Shine is standing beneath a botanical wheel of holly, leaves, berries, and flowers. She is clothed in sunshine yellow, the color of late summer, and has associations with the fire festival of Lammas, celebrated between the 8th of July and the 4th of August in the Northern Hemisphere. Beside her is the white unicorn, the spirit animal of the holly tree, and one that symbolizes magical possibilities. The appearance of the Shine card acts as a gentle reminder to stop hiding your talents or being modest about the things you do well. The energy of this card is regal and majestic, and when you draw it, you can be assured that it's your time to shine. Sometimes the negative opinions of others can stop us from doing what we truly love and being who we truly need to be. Be confident, be brave. Step out and put yourself in the limelight. If jealousy from others or thoughts about being the subject of gossip is stopping you, the following holly spell can help you put your mind at rest. And you can look up any holly-associated gossip spell, should you like. The next card is going to be for the 7th house, the house of Virgo. The house of Libra. How can I practice equality and sharing to forge alliances and resolve interpersonal conflicts? From the Goddess Power deck, you have the Japanese goddess Benzai Ten. You are your most lovely when you are being yourself. This goddess of beauty reminds you that knowing, accepting, and honoring yourself as a spiritual being in a physical body requires self-care. Now is the time to support yourself by surrounding yourself with beauty and choosing to see its power in every aspect of your life. If you can commit to doing that, you will be amazed at how much more beauty arises to greet you. Open your eyes to the wonder everywhere. Even in the most unexpected places, beauty waits to be discovered. Consider this before you turn away from a person, place, or thing. Beauty is everywhere. It's your time to find it, and this goddess will help you. The 8th house, the house of Scorpio. How do the renewal cycles of my life give opportunity for mystery, intimacy, transformation, and shadow work? And from the mystical shaman deck, you have Jaguar. The Jaguar is the protector of all life in the Amazon. And in times of fear, she brings courage and certainty. Jaguar is at the top of the food chain and never becomes prey. With great stealth, she can track her mark from a distance and not be seen or heard. She moves gracefully through the jungle, relishing the abundance of the rainforest, fearless and at ease. Jaguar knows the ways beyond death and is the master of the shadows, blending invisibly between light and dark, night and day. Jaguar calls you to explore beyond the walls that confine you, to go outside your normal routine, to push your limits and boundaries. She is delivering an invitation from your own future to investigate the unknown, to venture into the mystery and the dark places you have been reluctant to explore. Toss all caution to the wind. Know that your Jaguar instinct will serve you well. The 9th house, Sagittarius. How does my belief system generate meaning and encourage expansion beyond my comfort zone? You have from a yogic path, the crown chakra card. You may have noticed intuitive rushes of creative wisdom channeling through you, lighting up your every cell. This is called a download, and it is a message from the divine, selected to come to you because you have the potential to birth it on this planet. These downloads occur when the crown chakra is open, which may only be a few seconds, but it is enough to illuminate a path that you would never knew possible. Find what brings you to these channeling states and bring yourself there as much as possible, whether it's through meditation, walking in nature, singing, or writing. The absence of the mind allows the genius of the divine. Those intuitive hits chose you. Now is your time to birth them to life. The 10th house, the house of Capricorn. How can I achieve my realistic yet challenging goals step by step? And from the Heart Path Oracle deck, you have telepathic communication. This piece is about speaking your truth to the world. The white hummingbirds want you to pull from the ancient knowledge that lies deep inside to find love, joy, and strength. In ancient Egypt, the ibis was so sacred and revered that it represented the god Thoth. One hummingbird is just about to touch him. Thoth has appeared to you today as an amazingly graceful and powerful entity. Though he had many powers, one of his main functions in Egyptian mythology and culture was that of the scribe. The scribe wrote down what was important for future generations. Thoth wants you to listen to your quiet thoughts that come from inside your mind's eye, inspiring you to hear beautiful music. Watch a movie you thought would never be interesting, or pick up a book you never noticed before. He is stressing creativity and communication through writing. Try keeping a diary, journal, or just handwrite cards to friends and loved ones. Don't underestimate your abilities, and never listen to any voice in your head that is not loving and positive. It is a false voice and needs to be ignored. You are a brilliant, resourceful being who needs to bring your message out to the world. Your bees want you to know that your hard work will pay off. Believe in miracles. They happen every day. Like the saguaro cactus flower, you will be here a long time. Spread the language of the three angels. Love. I am always in contact with inspirational thoughts of divine love. The 11th house, house of Aquarius. How can my unique hopes and wishes be supported by others and heal the collective? You have Pentagon from the Sacred Geometry Oracle, representing power and excellence. The Pentagon is a 5-sided geometric figure holding energy that represents power, excellence, regeneration, and transcendence. When the midpoints of each side of a pentagon are connected, they form a star. This shape, called a pentagram, is a symbol of power and protection in the Wiccan tradition. Choosing this card suggests that you are protecting yourself from some real or perceived threat, and you are needing confirmation of the effectiveness of your actions. Ask yourself what threatens you. If there is a physical threat, you are advised to seek support and take immediate steps to remove yourself from the situation. Emotional, mental, and spiritual dangers often arise from lack of attention or unwillingness to listen to your inner guidance. Go within and define your inquiry with the intention of moving through and beyond whatever is creating the uncertainty or insecurity. Act in accordance with your inner knowing, remembering that the answer lies within. And the 12th house, the house of Pisces. How can I end the bondage of self-sabotage involving karma and repressions to become the bliss of self-transcendence instead? And from the White Light Oracle, you have Deer of Delta. Some things can only happen when we let go at the deeper inner level. Regenerative healing is one of them. Shamans of old understood that to obtain transformational awareness, one has to sever themselves from the world as one knows it, to unlearn what one once knew, to be reborn. In that rebirth, a new understanding and vitality, clarity, and purpose can emerge. The shamanic realm is the realm of the delta brainwave, the state of deep sleep. Here, one is completely unconscious. There is a temporary paralysis at this level, which allows for the deepest healing and renewal. Here the gateway to the universal mind is entered, and the precious recalibration, treasure of healing are gained. In Delta, we surrender completely to a great and powerful intelligence far beyond our understanding. So my Virgo loves, let's see what I have for you intuitively. It looks like you are really centering in on something that feels very electrifying from more of the divine realm. It's very inspiring to you in a way that not the type of passion that feels like sexually charged, but it's this very creative passion that's being birthed into you, and it's affecting you emotionally, but in a happy way. It's merging with your emotions and stirring them so that you sort of enliven yourself emotionally and are feeling regenerated, I think. There's something about you where you're being held. You're in a position where you're kind of high and being held and protected. And you are also in this space where there is great nurturing around you, even if you don't see it. It's the backdrop to your reality, but you're kind of just ignoring it. The presence maybe of a mother in your life. And there's maybe even some stormy things surrounding a relationship with a mother figure that you're just not dealing with at present. You are sort of more in tune to and focused on something from the earthly realm that feels a little bit magical. It's maybe something that you're just trying to have a little conversation with, and you might be seeking a little pick-me-up from it, something that feels a little bit sprite. You are, though, being held in the hand of nourishment, and it's a very loving hand that's allowing you freedom, but yet support. So there's a certain male energy in your life allowing that. You may be really into things that are philosophical and need a lot of insight, and it seems like this is a big, vast territory for you that could be explored, and that you have this pretty large fire burning for it that's got a lot of, passion and just light with it that wants to sort of burn through this unexplored territory of deeper knowing. So I'm seeing something strange here about your sort of daily life and the way that you're communicating. It seems like there's something that has sort of burned through the brilliance that has been there and is maybe kind of like when you put a cigarette out, like it's putting it out, but it served its purpose, and there's a memory of what has been said, but there's this opportunity to perhaps redo what you want to do as far as how you communicate and who you communicate with, to bring that energy back into full existence. I don't know if you have a close sister to you or a close friend, just a close female energy. You may be in your female energy and needing the comfort and support of a female as well. You may be feeling a little, just maybe a little lost, a little sad, but nothing too overwhelming, and just in need of support and comfort. You may not be really expressing that, but the person that seems to be giving that to you is there for you and willing to just give that to you freely. It's not something that needs to be this sort of payback. So you might have just someone that's very strongly bonded to you, that's always there for you. And what a blessing if you do. Looks like you're ready for opening up opportunities for yourself, like you're ready to, you're looking at something and saying, yes, in all confidence, I am willing to move towards that. You're not thinking distracting thoughts about it. You're not worried about it. You're not seeing it as something bad. And it's something that makes you feel really illuminated, that shines. It could be sort of an intellectual pursuit, but that you also connect with in an emotional way. It may bring you peace. It may bring you some spiritual enlightenment, and your heart may be also involved. You may be a little bit vulnerable, but yet you are adorned in a way for this as well. Like it's sort of like your place to be. So I'm not quite sure what that could be for you, but that sounds wonderful. You have the magic of the unicorn with you. So in your daily routines, you may really be living in a heightened way. You may have mastered some of the ways that you move through the world habitually, and they may be fairly inspired by higher energies, which this is what you do best. So we see you excelling in this in your day-to-day reality, and you seem quite content with it, kind of joyful. Your relationships may be, you may be kind of childlike with them and wanting to see things with a lot of like an illuminated presence, and you may be seeing them that way. There's something beautiful and vulnerable that you are exposing to a certain extent, something that spirals into something that you've known before or something that you will do again. You are, feeling almost like you are on a fairly spiritual yet passionate quest for how you're trying to interact with people. But it's a very young energy, which is kind of refreshing to see, the innocence here in perhaps any of your pursuits towards how you are in relationship with others. Now, in your deeper subconscious, it feels somewhat fearful, even though the card that I'm interpreting right now is really about not being in fear. It's as if you've tricked yourself into being in fear. You're not quite in your power, and part of that might be because you're not reading. If you are more of a female energy, you're not seeing that as powerful. And you may need to just balance the male-female energies to really hold your power. But there's something a little unsettling that I'm getting from your subconscious that may need to be soothed, may need to be petted. You know, you almost want to hear it purring instead of feeling like it's stalking down something. But as far as your aspirations for higher knowledge goes, you're really seeking so much here, and you're getting just as much as you seek. It's as if you've just attained complete enlightenment with your higher mind and being in communication with things from the great beyond. So good for you. I mean, what a powerful, nurturing energy to surround yourself with, and it will help you find your godlike or goddess-like nature, yet be in alignment with your other selves as well. Like you can be your higher self and your day-to-day self. In trying to achieve something, you may be feeling, I don't know, maybe like a little bit stuck. Instead of in flight, you may just kind of be like suspended in animation here. And there may be helpers coming in to try to influence what you're doing, how you're approaching things, your strategy, your thoughts towards it. And other, like almost two sets of influence coming at you. And it may be that you are going to something that feels a little bit more ancient. You're listening to that, as well as things that may be coming from divine messengers for you as well. You're not concerned so much in your achievements with the day-to-day reality, but there's again this like deeper concern for things that are almost on a cosmic scale for you and of cosmic dimensions, cosmic thought. Yeah, and I see that again, like with so many stars coming through, and there's even a Pisces Vesica here. There's something about the higher mind, understanding abstract thought, getting your information through the cosmos, and it becoming a way to plan and think symbolically about who you are and your understanding of how you can help other people. And I almost am getting from this last card, like your greatest need is really the comfort of the mother during this time, and needing to identify, needing to feel a sense of belonging, a sense of love, a huge amount of wisdom from this being, and needing to relax into that and surrender to the love of the mother, to be fully enveloped in that, and allowing her just to rest with you, to be at peace together, and understand that you are both in a way the same, like you mirror each other so much. There's so much genetic coding that you share that it's quite beautiful, and it's something that you may not even see, neither of you may not even see, but it does exist. And you may just want to take some time to be in the energy of something that you find that you identify with as the mother in your life, and be the child in that relationship with her, and just allow yourself to be protected by her love. Okay, so thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to read. It's always a surprise when I go through the intuitive part of the reading, like what comes out. So thanks for giving me the opportunity to share that with you. I hope you have a blessed month. Sending you so much love. Take care.